Hi there guys, and welcome to another Enhancement 2019 video. Today we are looking at the Armstrong Powerhouse Weather Enhancement Pack. This has been something that I kind of knew little hints about, but didn't know much. Armstrong Powerhouse has dropped little hints about it on their site as well, so it wasn't just sort of rumours that I'd heard. I was lucky enough to be able to preview this a couple of days before launch on my stream. How that happened was the pack was actually ready. The actual pack itself was done and dusted. It was the manual that took the longest to get sorted. This is one of the scenarios that comes with it. This is the only scenario I still have at the minute, because until I do my reinstall, I'm not going to bother getting it. That's not to say this isn't worth getting. I can tell you categorically now, this has been one of the greatest enhancements to Train Sim 2019. For me, it felt like a core update. It didn't just feel like somebody had bunged some decent weather on the scenario. It felt like a bit of a core update, which I really enjoyed. I'm really looking forward to redoing the scenario, and I hope you're going to enjoy coming with me on this little journey. It's adventurous, I'll tell you that for nothing. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button and do click the little bell if you'd like to be notified on my videos first. Second of all, head over to the Facebook page, link in the description below. And third, but last but not least, is head on over to Twitch on a Sunday evening from 7 PM and a Wednesday evening from 7 PM. Those times are a little bit off over Christmas, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. All right then, let's get this scenario going, because that's what we want to do. Let's read the blurb. How to drive, first things first, open the doors here at St Pancras International. And I didn't open the actual doors because I'm not in neutral, because this is the AP319. Right. I've opened the doors. You booked to depart at 13:10. You will then call it Kentish Town, West Hampstead, Thames Link, Cricklewood, Hendon, Mill Hill Broadway, Elstree and Bournemouth, Radlett, St Albans City, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, and Luton. Enjoy. Oh, I will. Oh, I will. Right, to GSMR, we are to Oscar 46. Right, Oscar 46, and I think that starting signal is 395, if I remember correctly. It is 395. Okay, headlights are on. To head, tail lights are off. Cool. Sorry, I've got a real start of a little coldy thing coming on that's really irritating me. So if I mute the mic quite a lot, it's because I'm either sniffing or coughing. I've got a run of it this year. It's doing my head in. Really doing my head in. But anyway, this scenario takes us back to the summer, as far as I'm aware. Which, of course, is not what we're in now. Some of you even had snow, didn't you? If you hear bells, I do apologise. It's because I'm a bit jingly today. I'll try not to move around too much. DRA needs to come off. Let's try that again. Now, I need to be quite good at sticking to my times on this to start with. I don't need to be perfect with them at the very beginning, but further on, but at the beginning I need to be pretty spot on. While we're accelerating out of here, I'm going to put up the manual for this. So they've called it the Sky and Weather Enhancement Pack. So I think this is AP's biggest manual, if I remember rightly. 28 pages. So it features sky and environmental lighting, sky colour. Sky colours have been carefully chosen to represent the transition From the brilliant blue of midday to the subtle blues of dusk to the black of night. Seasonal changes are taken into account. For example, when the sun is at its highest point in autumn, the sky will look more like 1600 during summer. All screenshots below are taken during the summer. Right, so that's just screenshots of it. I recommend to you guys, if you want to see what the rest of this looks like without one of my videos, head on over to their website and just have a look at the manual. Anybody can download it. You don't have to pay for it. Clouds-wise, within the limitations of the simulator, we've provided as many different cloud types as possible, with cloud type shown depends on weather used, which is covered later in the manual. So there's cumulus, haze, overcast, which I think we're going to be seeing, stormy. Sunlight, colour and angle, so this is another thing, so it's pretty in-depth this, isn't it? As per reality, colour changes from a very white light at midday to a warm glow at sunset. Seasonal differences once again taken into account, so the midday sun during winter will look warmer compared to summer. In addition to this, the angle of the sun varies by season, so the sun is a lot lower at midday during winter compared to summer. God, this is a complex read while doing this as well. Finally, the sun is in the south at midday, and as is correct for the northern hemisphere. Both screenshots below are taken during summer. So I'm going to stop saying both screenshots below are taken, because you can't see them. But what it's really getting across is the height and the angle of the sun. The two screenshots you can see are really good. It's actually a very nice little touch. And as you guys can see at the moment, we're in a very hazy sort of time. Very high humidity. Okay, so sun glare. Great care has been taken to try and produce the best possible looking glare from the sun with limitations of the simulator. This accentuates the brightness of the sun during the middle of the day, orange glow at sunset, and afterglow after sunset. Oh, it does look very nice. Weather's something that is really, really hard to put into Train Simulator and get it right. This has been a labour of love. 9 different phases of the moon are represented, and which one shows it depends on the date of the scenario. That's incredibly cool. So we've now got a lunar calendar in there as well. So I'll read what the supported routes are so far. And this will have the new sky weather automatically applied. So this can be applied to, realistically, any route, I'd think. I'd think any route. But it's also been applied to AP Wherry lines, DTG Cheltenham Main Line, Chatham Main Line, Chatham Medway Valley, East Coast Main Line, London Peterborough, Edinburgh Glasgow, Falmouth Branch, Great Eastern Main Line, London Ipswich, Great Western Main Line, Isle of Wight, Liverpool Manchester, Brighton, Faversham High Speed, Midland Main Line, London Bedford, North London Line and Goblin Lines, North Wales Coastal Crew to Llandudno, whatever it is, Llandudno, Portsmouth Direct Line, Waterloo, Portsmouth. I'm just going to keep my eye on the weather here as well, because this is looking really nice. I haven't actually shown you guys this yet, have we? The way the colours are sort of standing out, and that slightly sort of... The haze, I won't lie to you, when I first saw it, I was a little bit like, oh, is that what I wanted to see? But if you kind of look at it from like a very humid sort of perspective, it's very good. And you'll see why it's very humid soon. I'm sure you'll all know. Where to get to? So, Isle of Wight, Liverpool, Manchester, London, Brighton, London, Faversham, High Speed, Midland Main Line, North London Line. Oh, I did that bit, sorry. Riviera Line 50s, Settle Carlisle, Somerset and Dorset, South London Network. Double yellow, I need to make sure we keep an eye on that. South Wales Coastal, South Wales Coastal, Bristol Swansea, Weardale and Teesdale Network, West Coast Main Line North, West Coast Main Line over Shap, West Somerset Railway, West Line to Scotland, Woodhead, Woodhead Electric Railway and Blue, Just Trains Bristol Exeter. Oh, if using weather pattern not included in this pack, the clouds shown will still be the new ones from this pack, but which ones show dependent on the settings within that weather pattern. Okay, that's cool. Oh, there is a thing of how to apply to other routes. There's a big disclaimer with this. It says the advice is given on a no support basis and assumes prior knowledge. We recommend you only attempt this if you're confident in your knowledge of train simulator folder structures. This was one of the big things about releasing this pack that Richard was quite worried about. It's all well and good, but remember every scenario has its own kind of weather and weather patterns. The manual is incredibly detailed. Spattered already. Looks like we might have just got away with that by the skin of our teeth. Oh, that was close, wasn't it? That could have been really bad. It's got very dark all of a sudden, isn't it? A little bit of lightning. Fantastic. I love the way how it does that. Darkens everything down. It's that sort of... Whoa! That's the rain on as well. It's like being in a proper storm. One thing to add to this is the concentration now required to drive this. What I was trying to hope to show you there was a bit of wheel slip. Because, of course, the extra rain means you get very dynamic scenarios. It means you can have a really nice summer scenario with loads of wheel slip. Just because you've driven through a bit of a storm. Really, really impressed with it. I love a good storm. Two favourite weathers of all times: snow. Give me snow any day. I would happily live in the snowiest place in the world and still love snow. Second of all, I really like thunderstorms. Massively like thunderstorms. That fork lightning is spectacular. Slight over on there, but we're not looking at that. Imagine being out in this. You'd want to be getting on that train, wouldn't you? Whoa! Try and get some slip happening. She was quite happy pulling away there. I mean, this is just rain and storm. This is... Imagine what the thick fog's going to be like. So, one of the important notes in this pack is that it says very clearly here, only flashes simulating sheet lighting appear in the weather patterns listed above. Fork lighting does not appear. Due to the way the simulator supports fork lighting, it must be created on a per scenario basis with each strike individually placed and timed. This is why we have included this scenario with this pack to show off this exciting new feature, with a view of including it in future scenarios too. Whilst we would love to give you the ability to create your own weather patterns to take advantage of this in your own scenarios, we have not found a way of achieving this, which would ensure only those who have purchased the pack would experience it. As a result, this feature will only be available in scenarios designed by us. Now, I can tell you categorically now, there are other people that have already worked that out, which Richard knew would happen. So what they're saying is, they're not saying you can't. They're saying that it's really hard to do. It's working out coordinates. Each one of those lightning strikes has been placed and coded and scripted. It's pretty long-winded. People are going to ask about FPS hits. You'll see I have a bit of tile load and stutter. That is not to do with this pack. I have tile load and stutter at the moment on everything and anything. Still trying to work out exactly what's causing it, but I'll probably never know. So now it's clearing up. It's like we've driven out the other end of the storm, which is... That's just... those of you that have ever done a real long car journey in the summer, on like, I mean, it's gotten quite often on the train or in the car even, you'll notice you drive into certain weather and out of certain weather. Anybody that's flown or does fly regularly will know you can fly in and out of weather quite often. Sometimes I've known it as mad as to be walking to work, and sometimes I've walked into rain and walked out the other side of rain. It's very cool when that happens. Now, to have that simulated in this, I won't lie, it is... Oh, no. We didn't want to do that. It is cool. Very cool, actually. This is a perfect train to do it as well, with the slight wind noise that you get from the sense of speed and everything in the 319 as well. It's superb. Absolutely superb. I mean, you guys will have already seen all the hype about this on the groups. It's been unreal. Just get through its neutral section first before I start taking power for the 90. Actually, to be fair, I'm not even going to bother because I've got Mill Hill Broadway. It'll take a bit. Just imagine that scorching hot heat that's now burning up, evaporating all that water that would have just been on the floor. Love it. You get that hazy sort of... You can almost... I think I've said this before in Train Sim as well. You can almost smell it. Oh, I went into emergency. That was really silly of me. We didn't actually stop, though. Once bad, one emergency brake. That's all right. That's all right. This won't be the best video in the world anyway, because some of you may know that something's happened this week that's meant that I've not been doing as much as I should be. I always seem to think this scenario is longer than it is. It's not. It's not actually that long. It's 50 minutes. But I mean, look at those clouds. Look at how the sort of, just the way it all sort of fits in. It's just, I can't even really describe it. It's quite strange. If I remember rightly, we drive into a little bit more quite soon of that weather. Now, when I was at the Epinonga Railway with AP a little while ago, we both discovered we both have a little bit of a fascination for weather. And MK's Geordie as well, to be fair. I am one of these weird people that has about 5 or 6 weather apps on my phone, my iPad, and I do sign up to rain radars and all that sort of thing, just to track things, really. I quite enjoy it. It's part of that controlling nature of being into this sort of thing sometimes. It's understanding how things work and what impact they have. But I'm also amazed at how little people think weather impacts the railways. Some of the comments I've seen on Facebook have been ridiculous. Weather makes a dramatic difference to what happens on the railways. So much so that wind and rain the other night actually caused my missus to be it took her 4.5 hours to get back from London to Cambridge on train, because I think there was a tree had come down and struck some overhead line, or a train had taken some overhead line stuff down and struck by a tree. I couldn't quite work it out. But even down to fog and still not being able to run full line speed because of fog. I know that's quite rare these days. But the pressure that puts on you, I mean, even in this driving rain, when I was first driving this scenario, I was incredibly on my toes about what was going on. I was a bit blasé at the start of this, hence why I spadded. Because I'd completely forgotten that there was a red back there. But when I first played this scenario, I was so focused because I was like, what's going to happen next? How's it going to be? What's it going to do? And just the ability to have that put into a scenario, I think, is unreal. I mean, we've had it so rain can come on and off. That's no problem. But from what I work out with this is you might be able to drive, you're driving through different bits of weather. So it might be quite nice and clear, and then like we've got now, then driving rain or maybe a bit of fog. I don't know. I don't know how dynamic the fog is, to be honest with you. I wonder if it says that in the manual. Oh, there is only one scenario with this back anyway. There you go. It is this one. Really important note here as well on this. This is a note for scenario developers. We encourage the use of our weather in scenarios, though anyone using a scenario with our weather will of course need to purchase this pack to experience it. That said, please note that any scenario using our weather will still work for those who haven't purchased a pack. They will just experience a default weather pattern instead. So this doesn't exclude those people that don't think it's a big deal. Fantastic. That, for me, is one of the greatest points of this pack. For those that need it, it's there. For those that don't need it, it's not going to affect things. I know Super Elves quite often goes on about how payware developers alienate the freeware community because you need to then have a pack for something to be able to use something that somebody's created. This isn't like that. So you can now, even if somebody made a scenario with all this thunder and lightning and everything like that, you could drive the scenario. You wouldn't get the thunder and lightning, but you could still drive the scenario. So it doesn't completely exclude you, which I think is brilliant. Right, let's have a look at what weather we get. Cool. Okay, so there's clear. There's clear with low wind, mid wind and high wind. There's haze. Light haze, medium and thick. There is mist, light, medium and thick. Due to a train sim limitation, the colour of the mist is linked to the sky colour, which is why it has a slightly blue tinge, which is the same with this. Fog. Whoa! So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bits of fog. 12 fog patterns. Oh no, and there's extensions to that as well. So 700 metres visibility, 450 metres visibility, 150 metres visibility. Fog varies in thickness during scenario. Fog varies in thickness during scenario again. Fog varies during scenario. So there's 3 different variables on that. Then there's clear to light. Fog starts clear and after 20 minutes transitions to light. Clear to medium starts clear and transitions to medium. Clear to thick starts clear and 40 minutes transitions to thick. Light fog to clear starts light fog and after 20 minutes transitions to clear. Starts at medium fog and after 30 minutes transitions to clear. And thick fog to clear starts as thick fog and 40 minutes transitions to clear. The extensions on those, you can have it so that it transitions over 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, all that sort of thing. Wow, what? So it's like pretty crazy. Fair cloud. There is 1, 2, 3 fair clouds. So there's fair cloud with haze, fair cloud with mist. Overcast. Overcast. There is overcast with fog, overcast winter, overcast fog winter, clear to overcast, overcast to clear. I came in very, very fast into Radlet. Yeah, I'm going to probably do a little bit of overrunning here. No, maybe not. We're all right. Oh, I wasn't too far off. Right, so it's doors over. What do we have next with overcast? We have rain. Okay, so we have rain light fog, and this should not be used at night. We have rain moderate fog, should not be used at night. Rain heavy fog, should not be used at night. Should not be used at night. Recommended if you wish for rain to appear more like a downpour. Brilliant. And then there's drizzle fog, mod rain fog, heavy rain, heavy rain fog, weather 1, 2, 3, 4, and variables. What? Oh my god, that just goes on and on and on. So I think they're triggerable. One of the things I was really looking forward to seeing as well is the snow. So snow-wise, for standard weather patterns, there's AP snow light fog, AP snow moderate fog, AP snow heavy fog. And then there's triggers, which are like the bits you can put into the scenarios where it will go. Light snow, identical to snow, light, but with greatly reduced raindrops on windscreen to simulate the snow bouncing Whoa. So we don't get that just every time it snows, it's like rain. That's really cool. And there's rain and snow showers. About going to be at 10 or 12 of those. Thunderstorms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of those. This is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to drive like somewhere with some really, really heavy but very cold snow that's like bouncing off the windscreen. That's fantastic. Like to do some of the southern region stuff, sort of, and it was 87, where everything sort of went mad down in Kent and London and stuff. 56 hauling VEPs all over the place and things like that. It was pretty cool. Sort of mesmerising, this haze, and my mind's running mad. I'm thinking about 37s and snow ploughs and 73s on de-icing duties and yeah, all sorts of things. Did it again, came in too fast. See, now it's like summer. It's like bright summer. Oh. That sounds like thunder and we're going a bit grayer. I know it irritates me that some people aren't going to enjoy this. I really enjoy it. And it's just so well done. Those of you that have ever driven into a storm will know that this is just suddenly most of you should know about this, just suddenly goes dark. Whoa. And that's the rain on as well, just after that nice big fork. Now it's got that sort of brownie sort of... Yeah, come on, this is stunning. So, the pack costs $11.99 if I'm correct. I'll just check that actually, that'd be really daft of me to give it out the wrong way, wouldn't it? $11.99. So to some, that's the people going to be going, that's far too much money for some weather. Cool, that's your view. I actually think the immersion that this gives you is worth $11.99. The detail that's gone into this is worth $11.99, and if you want to be playing some... So the reason I say you want to be playing... I think this is going to really rekindle a lot of scenario makers to go back and either redo scenarios they've done before or come up with newer scenarios that are going to improve on what they've done already. This is really going to up the game of scenario creators and give people a little bit of a new buzz to go out and create stuff for us. And you're going to miss out on that. You're not going to miss out on the scenarios. No, you still get the scenarios, but you're going to miss out on the atmosphere and the immersion that the pack brings for that. And this isn't something that can just be used on one route, is it? This isn't just a loco that's only ran in a certain overrun there, a certain part of the country. This is being used in This can be used in any route. And I mean, it's not on any of the AP stuff, but what I'm the JT stuff. But what I'm really hoping is that it might actually improve some of their routes dramatically. There we go, getting a bit of slip there. I'm sure I set my chair somewhere, didn't I? Ah, it's because I went into thingy, didn't I? Still a bit slippy. It's really cool. Texture issues on the buffet there. I do have to sort them. I do apologise. You may even see, a couple of floating couplings earlier on. I meant to get that sorted before I did the video. Just haven't got the chance. I just love the way it feels like the rain is literally falling down that much that it is literally coming like a conveyor belt down the window. I love that. Could you also tell that one of my favourite things to do as a kid was go to the car wash? Please, guys, do remember this is designed for 64-bit and with a minimum of 8 gig of RAM. Okay, those extra sounds and all those lightning flashes will eat a bit of RAM. It's just worth bearing in mind. So yeah, do I say go for this pack? I say yes, 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 and more yes. Go, 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 buy, buy, buy. This is going to be an absolute immersion catalyst for people for scenarios. I can see big things happening after this with weather and just the different routes getting a little bit more love here and there, I think, as well. We do an awful lot of fair weather driving in Train Sim, don't we? An awful lot of summer fair weather driving. Mainly because the weather effects didn't look that good. That's us driving out the other end of it, look. I do like the way the wiper sounds on this train are not offensive either. distance in it. It being Armstrong Powerhouse, you know the sounds are very, very cool. We're at Airport Parkway, then Luton, and then we're done. It's a beautiful run. I'll go back to thrashing it out as well now, can't I? Just finishing up in again this hazy sort of. There's a Faithless song called Crazy English Summer. I think it sums up this scenario quite well. Alright then guys, thank you very much for joining me through that. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have enjoyed showing it off to you and also running it and being part of it. And I hope you get what this pack's about now a little bit more. I hope this makes a bit of a difference to some of you and you understand the reasons behind it. So once again guys, thanks ever so much for joining me. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Head over to the Facebook page, link in the description below. And head over to Twitch on a Sunday and Wednesday evening. That'll be a bit iffy over Christmas, so head over to the Facebook page for updates on that as well. Once again guys, thanks ever so much for joining me, and I'll catch you next time.